Welcome to today's video about weird signs you're burning fat. Have you ever stuck to your diet perfectly, worked out consistently, only to step on a scale and see zero change? It's beyond frustrating. But here's what most people don't realize. Your body might actually be burning fat like crazy, and you're just missing the signs. Today, I'm revealing 10 scientifically verified signs that proves your body is actively burning fat, starting with some of the most unusual symptoms you've probably never heard about. Before we dive in, if you're new to our channel, welcome. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. And drop a comment telling us which city you're watching from. We love connecting with our global community. Now, let's jump into these surprising signs your body is actively torching fat. All right, let's dive straight into the list of weird signs that show your body is burning fat, starting with number 1, unexpected skin changes. Let's start with one of the most surprising signs. Your skin suddenly starts acting up. Maybe you're getting breakouts you haven't experienced in years, mysterious itching, or random rashes. Before you panic, consider this. It might actually prove you're successfully burning fat. Here's the science. For years, your fat cells have been quietly storing more than just energy. Research published in environmental health journals confirms that fat tissue acts as a storage site for environmental pollutants, chemicals, and toxins. These lipophilic compounds love binding to fat. When you start burning fat rapidly, these stored substances get released into your bloodstream. A study in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that fat loss significantly increases blood toxin levels, with persistent organic pollutants rising by 38 to 48% depending on the specific compound. Your liver handles detoxification, but when overwhelmed, your body activates backup systems. Your skin, being one of 7 detoxification pathways, steps up to help eliminate these substances. Interestingly, some people experience the opposite. Their skin actually improves as inflammatory compounds stored in fat are finally eliminated. Either way, it's a signal that fat cells are shrinking and releasing contents. Support your body by staying hydrated and eating antioxidant-rich foods.
Next, sign 2, persistent dry mouth. Here's a sign that puzzles many people. You suddenly find yourself constantly thirsty, waking up with cotton mouth, or craving gum throughout the day when you never did before. This isn't random, and it's not necessarily a problem. It's actually your body signaling a major metabolic shift. When your body begins burning fat effectively, water redistribution happens first. Research in metabolism journals explains that each gram of glycogen stored in your body holds approximately 3 to 4 grams of water. A landmark study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition confirmed this water-glycogen relationship. As you reduce carbohydrate intake or increase fat burning, your body depletes these glycogen stores and releases the associated water. This explains why many people experience rapid weight loss in the first week or two of a diet. It's primarily water weight. But here's what catches people off guard. As fat cells shrink and water shifts throughout your body, saliva production can temporarily decrease. The dry mouth sensation becomes particularly noticeable between meals, first thing in the morning, or during activities when you previously felt fine. Your body is literally flushing out fluid, and your mouth feels the effects. This increased need for hydration is actually positive proof that cellular changes are occurring. Those fat cells that once held on to water and stored energy are now releasing both. Your body is transitioning from a storage state to a utilization state. The solution? Increase your water intake significantly and sip consistently throughout the day to support this metabolic transition. Next, sign 3, temporary workout struggles. If you've been hitting the gym consistently and suddenly feel like you've lost your edge, don't panic. This temporary performance dip actually indicates your metabolism is shifting gears. Let me explain why this happens and why it's genuinely good news for your long-term fitness. Your body primarily uses 2 fuel sources, glucose from carbohydrates and fatty acids from stored fat. For most people eating a standard diet, the body becomes highly efficient at burning glucose for quick energy, especially during exercise. When you start losing fat, particularly if you've reduced carbohydrate intake, your body must adapt its energy systems. Research in exercise physiology published in the European Journal of Applied Physiology shows this metabolic transition typically takes 2 to 4 weeks. Your body must upregulate the enzymes necessary for efficient fat oxidation during physical activity. During this adaptation period, you might notice decreased endurance, slower recovery between sets, or an overall feeling that workouts are harder than usual. What's actually happening is remarkable. Your body is building new metabolic machinery. It's increasing mitochondrial density in muscle cells and enhancing the pathways that transport and burn fatty acids for fuel. Once this adaptation completes, something amazing happens. Fat provides approximately 9 calories per gram compared to 4 calories per gram from carbohydrates, meaning more than double the energy density. Athletes who become fully fat adapted often report better endurance, more stable energy during long workouts, and faster recovery. So if you're experiencing this temporary performance dip, congratulate yourself. Your body is undergoing a profound metabolic upgrade.
Next, sign 4, increased sweating response. Have you noticed you're sweating earlier in workouts or at unusual times? This might seem inconvenient, but it's actually a sign of metabolic efficiency and active fat burning. When your body taps into fat stores for energy, it generates metabolic heat. Research on thermogenesis published in Obesity Reviews demonstrates that breaking down fatty acids produces more heat than burning carbohydrates. Your temperature regulation system responds by activating sweat glands earlier and more readily. There's another fascinating aspect. Your body releases stored toxins from fat cells during weight loss. Sweat provides an additional elimination pathway. While kidneys and liver do primary detoxification, sweat glands help remove certain fat-soluble compounds. You might notice your sweat smells different during active fat loss, related to these metabolic byproducts being eliminated. This enhanced sweating also serves performance benefits. By cooling your body more efficiently, early sweating helps regulate core temperature and can extend exercise endurance. Your body becomes more efficient at maintaining optimal operating temperature. While you might need extra towels or do more laundry, that increased sweat proves your metabolism is working hard to burn fat. Next, sign 5, feeling unexpectedly cold. This is one of the more paradoxical signs of fat burning. Many people notice they feel colder than usual, particularly in their hands and feet at temperatures that previously felt comfortable. You might find yourself reaching for sweaters more often or needing extra blankets at night. This isn't imagination. There are several metabolic reasons why this happens. First, let's talk about insulation. Body fat literally acts as thermal insulation, helping maintain core body temperature. Research in thermoregulation published in the International Journal of Obesity demonstrates that subcutaneous fat provides significant insulation against heat loss. As you burn fat and this layer thins, your body naturally loses some insulating capacity. Heat escapes more easily from your extremities, which explains why hands and feet often feel cold first. Second, there's a blood flow component. When you're burning fat and reducing overall body mass, blood volume and viscosity can change. With lower blood sugar levels and reduced inflammation, blood composition shifts. Additionally, when you're in a caloric deficit and actively losing weight, your body becomes more metabolically conservative to preserve energy. One way it does this is by slightly reducing peripheral blood flow and heat production in non-essential areas. This is a survival mechanism that helped our ancestors conserve energy during food scarcity. Your body doesn't distinguish between intentional dieting and actual scarcity. Some people experience temperature swings, feeling warm one moment and freezing the next as their body adjusts to this new metabolic state. This temperature sensitivity typically moderates over time as your body establishes a new baseline. Next, sign 6, digestive system changes. Your gut is incredibly responsive to metabolic changes. When you start burning fat, your entire digestive system undergoes significant transformation. Research shows about half of all people who lose weight experience noticeable changes in bowel habits, manifesting differently for different people. Your gut microbiome, the trillions of bacteria living in your intestines, depend heavily on what you eat. Studies published in the journal Gut demonstrate that different macronutrients feed different bacterial populations. When you shift from a higher carbohydrate diet to one promoting fat burning, you're fundamentally changing your gut environment. Bacteria thriving on simple sugars and starches begin declining, while species processing fats and proteins become more prominent. Additionally, your body produces different digestive enzymes based on diet composition. Lipase, the enzyme breaking down fats, increases in production when you're consuming and metabolizing more fat. Meanwhile, enzymes breaking down carbohydrates may decrease. Your gallbladder also becomes more active, releasing bile acids that emulsify fats for absorption. These changes affect transit time, the speed food moves through your digestive system. Some people experience temporary constipation as their body adjusts to processing more fat and potentially less fiber from carbohydrate sources. Others experience the opposite, with faster transit times and looser stools, particularly if consuming more fat than their system is accustomed to processing. There's also the factor of released toxins from fat cells affecting gut function. These changes represent recalibration. Your gut is adapting to a new nutritional environment and different metabolic state. Most people find digestive function normalizes within 2 to 4 weeks. Next, sign 7, disrupted sleep patterns. Sleep changes during fat loss can be confusing because they seem counterintuitive. Many people assume losing weight should immediately improve sleep, and while true long-term, the short-term reality can differ. You might find yourself lying awake at bedtime feeling unexpectedly wired, or waking at odd hours, particularly around 3 a.m., unable to fall back asleep. The explanation lies in hormonal and neurochemical changes accompanying fat burning. When you're actively losing fat, several things happen simultaneously. Blood sugar levels stabilize and become more consistent throughout the day and night, which is ultimately beneficial. However, this stabilization represents significant change if your body has been accustomed to blood sugar fluctuations. Research in sleep medicine published in Sleep Medicine Reviews shows the body releases certain hormones in response to dropping blood sugar at night. When blood sugar remains more stable, these hormonal patterns shift. Cortisol, your primary stress hormone, also plays a role. During caloric restriction and active fat loss, cortisol levels can temporarily increase as part of your body's stress response to perceived energy scarcity. Cortisol naturally peaks in early morning hours to help wake you, but during fat loss, this peak can occur earlier or be more pronounced, leading to those 3 a.m. wake-ups. Furthermore, neurotransmitters like dopamine and GABA, which regulate arousal and relaxation, undergo adjustments as your metabolism shifts. The transition period can cause temporary imbalances affecting sleep quality. The encouraging news? These sleep disruptions are typically temporary. Once metabolic adaptation completes, most people experience significantly improved sleep quality, falling asleep faster and waking more refreshed.
Next, sign 8, muscle cramps and twitches. This sign catches many people by surprise. You're going about your day when suddenly your eye starts twitching. Or you're in bed at night, and when you stretch your foot, your calf muscle seizes in a painful cramp. Maybe you're mid-workout when muscles start cramping unexpectedly. These seemingly random muscle issues directly connect to the fat-burning process. Remember how we discussed water flushing from your body during fat loss? Water doesn't leave alone. It takes electrolytes with it. Electrolytes are minerals carrying electrical charges, crucial for muscle contraction and nerve signaling. The 3 most important for preventing cramps are magnesium, sodium, and potassium. Research in sports medicine and nutrition shows even mild deficiencies in these minerals can cause muscle excitability, leading to twitches, spasms, and cramps. Magnesium is particularly important because it's involved in over 300 enzymatic reactions, including those regulating muscle relaxation. When magnesium levels drop, muscles can't relax properly after contracting, leading to cramping.
Sodium, despite its bad reputation, is essential for maintaining fluid balance and nerve function. When you're flushing water rapidly, sodium losses can be significant. Low sodium can cause muscle weakness and cramping, particularly during exercise when you're losing additional sodium through sweat. Potassium works in balance with sodium to regulate cellular fluid levels and muscle contractions. Most people are already deficient in potassium because modern diets contain far less than the recommended 4,700 milligrams daily. The solution requires addressing all three minerals through proper supplementation and dietary adjustments. Next, sign 9. Stable and sustained energy levels. After discussing temporary challenges, let's talk about one of the most rewarding signs of successful fat adaptation: dramatically improved energy levels. This doesn't happen immediately, which is why understanding the process is so important. In the first few days or even weeks of fat burning, you might actually feel less energetic, experiencing fatigue, brain fog, or general sluggishness. But then something remarkable happens. The reason for this dramatic shift lies in the fundamental difference between glucose metabolism and fat metabolism. When your body runs primarily on carbohydrates, your energy levels are tied to blood sugar fluctuations. You eat, blood sugar rises, insulin responds, blood sugar drops, and you feel the need to eat again. This creates an energy roller coaster throughout the day. Research in metabolic physiology, published in Nutrition and Metabolism, shows fat oxidation provides a more consistent energy supply because fat stores are vast and don't cause the same hormonal fluctuations as glucose. Here's the fascinating part about brain energy specifically. When you're burning fat efficiently, your liver converts fatty acids into ketone bodies. These ketones can cross the blood-brain barrier and serve as an incredibly efficient fuel source for your brain. Multiple studies demonstrate that ketones provide more ATP, the cellular energy currency, per unit of oxygen consumed compared to glucose. This means your brain literally runs more efficiently on ketones than on sugar. This is why people often report enhanced mental clarity, sharper focus, faster reaction times, and improved cognitive performance once fully fat adapted. This stable energy is one of the most life-changing benefits of successful fat adaptation.
Next, sign 10. Distinct breath changes. This final sign is particularly common among people following low-carbohydrate diets. You might notice your breath smells different, or perhaps you have a persistent, unusual taste in your mouth. Others might not notice it at all, but you're acutely aware of it, especially first thing in the morning or after fasting periods. The scientific explanation is straightforward. When your body breaks down fat in the absence of sufficient carbohydrates, it produces three types of ketone bodies: beta-hydroxybutyrate, acetoacetate, and acetone. The first two are used efficiently as fuel by your brain, heart, and muscles. Acetone, however, is not used for energy. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition explains that acetone is essentially a waste product of fat metabolism. Your body needs to eliminate it, doing so through two primary routes: your lungs and your saliva. When acetone is released through your breath, it creates a distinctive smell. Some people describe it as fruity or sweet, almost like overripe fruit. Others perceive it as a sharp chemical smell, similar to nail polish remover. The taste in your mouth relates to acetone in your saliva. Many people report a metallic or sharp flavor, particularly noticeable in the morning after your body has been fasting overnight and producing ketones steadily. While this breath change can feel socially awkward, it's actually a very reliable indicator that you're in a fat-burning state. In fact, there are devices available that measure acetone in your breath specifically to confirm ketosis and fat burning. The good news, this symptom tends to diminish over time as your body becomes more efficient. There you have it, 10 scientifically backed signs that your body is actively burning fat even when the scale might not be moving. From skin changes to workout struggles, from muscle cramps to that metallic taste, each sign represents real metabolic changes in your body. The key takeaway? Fat loss is a complex biological process involving far more than just scale numbers. Your body is releasing toxins, shifting water, changing fuel sources, and rebuilding metabolic machinery. If this video was helpful, kindly type yes in the comments. That motivates us to produce more content like this. Show your support by hitting that like button. Share it with friends or family on their health journey. If you haven't subscribed yet, click that subscribe button right now. Thank you for watching and investing time in understanding your body better. Your commitment to your health journey is inspiring. Until next time, trust your body, trust the process, and keep pushing forward.